All right. I want to talk about and discuss, one of the reasons why new supply always gets better preferential treatment than the old supply, right? Um, Listen, this can go for either situation if you're dealing with a narcissist or not. This is even for people who like to creep, cheat, have different, side pieces, sneaky links, whatever. You have to realize the person who is around, who is primary, is they're the ones that are familiar, the ones that they've gotten accustomed to know. They've pretty much figured you out. They know your timing. They know your temperament. They know your likes, your dislikes. It's boring for them, right? But the number one thing is why people say, well, why do they keep you around? It's because you hold the highest degree of security for them, right? They've they've pretty much established and have gotten a lot of time invested into you, right? They put in a lot of work. They've, managed to get you where they want you emotionally, mentally, etc. They can always reel you back in, but you're boring to them because you've already been conquered. You've already been figured out. You already love them unconditionally. No matter what they do, in a lot of cases, you've accepted their wrongs and their faults and so forth. You're not a challenge anymore. You're just strictly for security and convenience, right? When it comes to secondary sources of supply, like them having, um, you know, a sneaky link or something like that, side piece, as they used to call it. They're new, right? And they don't have to behave and act the same way that they behave and act with you. You have more expectations. You have more standards and stuff set for you all's interaction as primary. The person, whoever the person that they're cheating on you with, they don't have none of that. And many times they could already know that they have someone and they don't care, because in a lot of cases both of those people that engage in like side arrangements, stuff like that, they're just there for the thrill. Yeah, they're there for the thrill. So it's all about the fun that they have when they link up. No strings attached. They don't have to deal with, the problems that are going on in your life, in their lives. They don't have to deal with nothing, right? Whenever they hook up, it's just pure fun, right? And that is what makes them more intriguing for a narcissist, at least. Why they're going to give that, the one that provides pure fun, excitement, and the thrill is going to be more intriguing, and they actually hold them in a higher regard because of the way that situation makes them feel. See, they feel really, really good involving themselves in that type of situation versus dealing with you, who they've already gotten familiar with. They know they know your habits, ways. It's boring. And one thing that narcissists do not like is boredom. They have very short attention spans. They get bored very easily. So they're not inclined to really hold the primary in high regard as they do with the secondary sources. The primary, again, is the safety net. Yeah, they don't want to lose it, but they want to have their fun too. It's the epitome of having their cake and eat it. Right? They want to have fun as well. You're not, in their minds, how they've compartmentalized the situation and how which your function serves. You're not in that equation of being fun. They don't want to have fun with you. They just want you to handle business and their needs. That's all you serve as a primary source to a narcissist. You're not about, they don't want to really have fun and stuff with you. They don't want to really go out and have a good time and stuff with you. They'll appease you, to keep you around. They'll do stuff and go out, but it's always an argument or something that pops up or something they dislike with you. But I guarantee you with that secondary source, they could be doing the exact same thing that y'all did when y'all went out or whatnot. The narcissist will have a blast with the secondary source. No complaining, no griping, none of that. Because the secondary source, how they've put it in their mind, is this is where they get their fun at. This is where they get to release all of the frustrations and disappointments that they feel from you. They get to release that and, kind of have that closure, kind of have that, that buffer between that with the secondary source of supply. So, of course, they don't want to mess that up either, because that's what regulates their emotions as well and makes them feel good, makes them feel like they're living life. This is why narcissists always have to have a secondary source of supply. Even if you have not caught them, I guarantee you they have one. You just haven't figured it out yet. They almost cannot function without a secondary source in the picture, because there's a different way that they treat you versus that they treat the secondary source of supply. There's a different way that they interact. There's a whole nother personality that they show with the secondary source versus what they show to you. With the secondary source, they're more accommodating. They're more cooperative. All of the things that you would want, being the main source, the main provider, whatever your role is, they're not going to give to you, but they'll give to that secondary source. The secondary source is held in a higher regard because they produce the most emotional fuel that the narcissist likes to have. That adrenaline rush. There's no accountability with the secondary source. There's no responsibility. They don't have to be held to a certain standard. They're just there to hook up, have a good time, have fun. And that really appeals to a narcissist. It really appeals to them. And it makes them gravitate towards them a lot. And this is when you start to see things in your own relationship with them start to fade, and there's a lot of neglect that comes in because they're entertaining something else that they're investing their time in. And because it's so powerful and it drives them so much, the narcissist can totally lose sight that they even have a main significant person, significant other. Because they get so caught up in that adrenaline rush from the secondary source. And what happens is, even if the secondary source slides into the first position, they just took your position. And then it's downhill from there. The same thing that happened with you, once that secondary source, if they somehow get to that point of getting together full time and being together, they will replace you and start to experience the same thing that you were, because the cycle continues. Now the narcissist gets bored and frustrated with them. Now they're not fun anymore, because now what kicks in is responsibility and accountability and more expectations, which is what the narcissist does not want. So that leads them to go and seek out another secondary source. Even though they got the secondary source to become their primary, they're not satisfied. See, this is the curse, if you will, that they have, and why many people think in their minds that, oh, they got this new source supply, everything's going good. If it's going good, it's more than likely they have a secondary source that they found as well, that new supply is not aware of, and they're having their cake and eat it too. And that can create the effect and the of looking like it has longevity, when it's not. It's a total dysfunctional case. But the primary source now doesn't know that the narcissist has that type of addiction and need, and that they are entertaining another source of supply. Any primary source is going to get old and played out with a narcissist. It's just the way it goes. They're not going to keep a primary source around as just exclusively the primary source. They cannot function like that. They always need that spare tire, that spare person to appease them and to satisfy those other needs that they have. So that's about it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Any consultation inquiries, just click the link in the description box. Shoot me an email. I'll get back to you. Until next time, have a good one.